You may recall that in the UK there was a woman who went outside an abortion clinic and basically was praying for the souls of those that were being aborted. They made that illegal. And some coppers came across and said to her, "Ma'am, are you praying?" She said, "Yes, in my head." They're like, "Oh, can't do that here. Praying in your head? That sounds like an offense. You nicked, love." And off she went to the slammers. Yeah, we don't really do that in Africa, do we, Ramon?
Not at all, because currently in South Africa, there's a massive surge in demand for Starlink. So Starlink is Elon Musk's satellite internet thingy. And there are companies being set up to import Starlink into South Africa. It is illegal, according to the Icasa, for such a thing to be made available in South Africa. But don't worry, there's a company called Icasa Push, which is literally bringing in Starlink into South Africa from Mozambique. So in Ritadanistan, the people that says we're not allowed to do that, we call companies after them and their mothers and do exactly the opposite of what they want us to do. And you want to immigrate to London? Come on, guys. South Africa is the best place to be at the moment.
Yes, and just to really push it in there nice and hard, Icasa, which stands for the Independent Communications Authority of South Africa, has a lovely photograph which Icasa Push put on the website of Starlink outside of their office. You know, just to rub it in there. Now remember, in London, this got some woman arrested. In South Africa, we like, mate, that's $1 billion idea. We need to go buy one of them. Because I must admit, Ramon, right now Starlink is looking pretty good. What do you think?
Extremely good. Close to 14,000 kits have been made available in South Africa. And according to Icasa Push, they are sending them to primary schools in rural Zululand. They're sending them to mines in rural areas. They're sending them to private residents associations, private households. Basically, everyone and their mother wants some Starlink because you can have the internet anywhere in the country without requiring fiber lines or cell phone lines or anything like that. Of course, the South African government in Ritazanistan says you can't have Starlink because they don't want to give 30% to women and children with disabilities and blacks or something like that. I don't know. They don't have the BEE requirements to have Starlink in South Africa. But anywhere else in the world, you would go to prison for having Starlink. In South Africa, the people selling Starlink troll the shit out of the people that prohibit them from selling Starlink.
So you may say, where does the license come from? Well, it's being licensed out of Mozambique. And so what you can do is you can get your Starlink kit and then license it to Mozambique and get a roaming passport. You know, like on your cell phone where you can roam and use your signal wherever you are in the world. Well, it works the same way with Starlink. That license will obviously then be administered and maintained in Mozambique because Starlink cannot be licensed and administered from South Africa because of the reason that you said, Ramon. BE, basically. Elon says, yeah, he's not prepared to just give his company away to some ANC cadres for fuck all. Now, Icasa says, well, what that effectively means is that if you're using radio waves in South Africa, it would be interfering with the existing spectrums, as if we have spectrums, apart from spectrums of retardedness. And what they maintain is that by doing that, you would interfere with local frequencies, which might be things like the airport and, you know, emergency services, as if, you know, police can hear radios and stuff. I mean, come on, man. I mean, let's just be real. But what they maintain is that if you do this and you interfere with the existing infrastructure, the existing radio signals, that would be illegal. And that is why they say to you, dear viewer, don't buy Starlink because, you know, you might mess up the police's radio comms or something. I mean, I don't know what you think, Ramon, but it sounds like a load of shit to me.
It does sound like a lot of shit. And also, if you go to Icasa Push's actual internet website, they don't actually sell Starlink. They sell something called Sparkling with a asterisk next to it. So actually, this whole video has just been fake news. Sorry, everyone. And when they say in the frequently asked questions, they thought sparkling was banned in South Africa, Icasa Push says, we absolutely refuse to buy into the idea that any government, especially those with policies stuck in the dark ages, can hold back an entire population or individual from joining the global march forward. So in essence, what you have is a company that calls the ANC retarded. It calls the ANC what it is. It's so lovely to see actual companies be so honest with us. I wish more corporates would take the same approach, but we can't expect that from them. But in this particular regard, you can't buy Starlink from Icasa as a push, but you can buy Sparkling Asterix, which is almost basically like just a Chinese copy, I would assume.
If you look at it, yes, there might be some, typics on the box, just a Starlink and stuff. But it's completely coincidental. So Icasa push is completely harmless in this. But Ramon, wouldn't it be nice if when Woolworths came out and they were told, you should really go cardless, they went, oh, fuck it, we really like our cash. And then Woolworths rebranded themselves to Woolworths Push. I think that'd be great, wouldn't it? We'd actually start having a corporate South Africa with some spine. That would be the first.
As of recording, Icasa Bush has 12,000 customers. Let's make it 13,000 together.